Hi, this is Katie. Thank you for joining me again on the My Senses, My Space podcast. And today I wanted to talk to you about wants versus needs. And this can be very individual in terms of your experience of how you voiced your needs or your experience of what your needs are. Many of us growing up may have been shamed or ignored or had our needs minimalized. And I won't go into the reasonings or, do any therapy during this session, but there are definitely times in many of our lives where we may have been told, oh, you're fine. Oh, just get over it. Let's move on. And usually that's because the parent or caregiver is having trouble connecting to what your needs are or feels that those needs could be too much. But the most important thing right now is for you to be fully clear in what your needs are. And sometimes that can be kind of hidden. Many times we can be like, oh, I know exactly what my body needs. I know exactly what my mind needs. I know what kind of supports I need. But sometimes we don't know. It could be that you're an introvert and you need more time away from people to be able to process things. It may be that you need lights turned down lower. But many times you may find that there's a lot of frustrations that keep coming up, but you can't pinpoint what exactly your body is telling you that you need more of or less of. And that can be very difficult. It can be thinking that, oh, it's the other people that are just always, causing these frustrations. And it could be. It could very well be. But there also could be some needs that you need tending to. And usually to tell the difference between like a want and a need, a want is something that may pop up in a certain circumstance, with a certain person, with a certain environment. Maybe you're not in that environment or around that person all the time, but that the idea pops in your head of, okay, this is what my body needs, but it can dissipate over time. Maybe you're trying like a trial and error of like, hey, if I have, a different chair, it will help me. And then you find out that that's not quite what your need is that needs help with. And that's okay. We all kind of have to try out different things to determine exactly what our needs are. But needs stick around. Needs are things that stick around. They don't dissipate. They don't come up and go, oh yeah, I need to buy this one type of organizer because that's going to fix everything. And then you realize that your brain doesn't quite work with that way of organization. And again, it takes some trial and error with that. But there are ways of figuring out, hey, I need to build a whole lot more rest in my schedule. I need to start at a certain type of time of day because that's when my brain can process the best. I can only work for 15 minutes at a time. I can only handle this many projects at a time. Lots of different scenarios, right? But it's getting very clear on those and figuring out how to communicate those with people. So what I'd love to hear from you is, how have you discovered your own needs for your body, for your mind, for any chronic illnesses that you have? How do you support yourself in the day-to-day and state like, this isn't a want, this is a very important need that I have to your loved ones around you. And how do you communicate that? Just in one of my recent newsletters, I talk about, well, there's many different modalities in communication. besides you can talk to somebody, you can write them a letter, you can write them a note, you can leave an audio message, all these different modalities that are unique to how you can ask for more support. So I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of insight into what a want is for you and what is a need. So thank you for joining me on the My Senses, My Space podcast.